Ruth 4. And Boaz said to the elders and all the people, "You are witnesses this day that I have bought all that was of Elimelech. Moreover, Ruth the Moabitess I have acquired as my wife." So Boaz took Ruth, and she became his wife. And when he went into her, Yahweh gave her conception, and she bore a son. Boaz begot Obed, and Obed begot Jesse, and Jesse begot David. 1 Samuel 1. Now there was a man, and his name was Elkanah, and he had 2 wives. The name of the one was Hannah, and the name of the second Peninnah. And Peninnah had children, but Hannah had no children. That man went up from his city yearly to worship and sacrifice to Yahweh of hosts. And whenever the time came to make an offering, Elkanah would give to Peninnah his wife, and to all her sons and daughters portions, but to Hannah he would give a double portion, for he loved Hannah, although Yahweh had closed her womb. And her rival also provoked her severely, to make her miserable, because Yahweh had closed her womb. And she was in bitterness of soul, and prayed to Yahweh, and wept in anguish. And she made a vow, and said, "Yahweh of hosts, if indeed you will look on the affliction of your maidservant, and remember me, and not forget your maidservant, but will give your maidservant a male child, then I will give him to Yahweh all the days of his life, and no razor shall come upon his head." And Elkanah knew Hannah his wife, and Yahweh remembered her. Hannah conceived and bore a son, and called his name Samuel. And she took him up with her when she had weaned him, to the house of Yahweh in Shiloh. And she said, "I have lent him to Yahweh, as long as he lives." So they worshipped Yahweh there. 1 Samuel 2. Hannah prayed and said, "My heart rejoices in Yahweh. No one is holy like Yahweh, for there is none besides you. By him actions are weighed. Yahweh kills and makes alive. He brings down to the grave and brings up. Yahweh makes poor and makes rich. He brings low and lifts up. The feet of his saints he will guard, but the wicked shall be silent in darkness. For by strength no man shall prevail. The adversaries of Yahweh shall be broken in pieces. He will thunder from heaven against them. Yahweh will judge the ends of the earth." And Elkanah went to his house. But the child ministered to Yahweh before Eli the priest. Yahweh, God of Israel, says, "Those who honor me I will honor, and those who despise me shall be lightly esteemed." 1 Samuel 3. The word of Yahweh was rare in those days. There was no widespread revelation. So Samuel grew, and Yahweh was with him. And all Israel knew that Samuel had been established as a prophet of Yahweh. And again Yahweh appeared in Shiloh, for Yahweh revealed himself to Samuel in Shiloh by the word of Yahweh. 1 Samuel 4. And the word of Samuel came to all Israel. And Israel went out to battle against the Philistines, and the ark of God was captured.